welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Plate Mail Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Buckner. I am the primary Dungeon Master for Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring podcast. This session is being recorded over Zoom. Before we get into tonight's adventure, I'm going to play an audio promo from our friends at the podcast Tale of the Manticore, which is a hybrid between a dark fantasy audio drama and a solo D&D RPG. We're doing a cross promotion with them for 3 episodes on each podcast. Please enjoy the following promo.
Are you looking for a D&D podcast with a dark side? Something more like Game of Thrones and less like Monty Python? Tale of the Manticore is part dark fantasy audio drama, part solo D&D RPG. There's no plot armor here. The dice make all the important decisions. Join me as I resurrect the excitement, wonder, and emotion of old school D&D. Made for a mature audience, Tale of the Manticore is both a fiction and a game. It's the story where chaos rolls.
I'd also like to mention another podcast, our friends at Old Men Rolling Dice. Jeremy, Jason, and I had a discussion about our favorite campaign settings, as well as a few other D&D topics that came up along the way, which resulted in episode number 53, Roundtable, Favorite Campaign Settings. Please check them out anywhere that you get your podcasts. Now back to our adventure. As our adventure begins, it is Stardate 0525.80. The Star Runner has completed 3 salvage missions over the past 6 weeks. Each of you has received 300 gold pieces from those missions. Thanks to your party's second victory in the arena of Froon, the Hammered Unicorn Forge has had a brief spike in popularity and made an extra 200 gold pieces during the last 6 weeks. It is late evening and you are all at the Forge. Its only employee, the handsome Bugbear Earl, has left for the day. You all settle in for a good night's rest. You're not sure how long you've been asleep when each of you feels yourself being shaken awake by Strax's Golem of Healing GH88. The first thing you see is a scrolling message on the display screen across its eyes that reads, "Something strange outside." As you all come to consciousness and gather your things, you notice a soft glow coming from outside the windows of the Forge. A moment later, you see something you didn't think you'd ever see in a city on an asteroid. You see gentle wisps of fog seeping under the doors of the Forge. As if that were not strange enough, it appears to be the fog itself that is glowing. The wisps of fog seem to be reaching out to you before dissipating a few inches away from the door. The gentle wisps ebb and flow at the bottom of the doors like the tide of some distant ocean. You feel a cold chill in your bones. The gently glowing fog outside the Forge reaches the bottoms of the windows as if to see who is inside. A feeling of despair comes over you as though some great gloom hangs over the Forge. You're not sure if you've ever had a feeling quite like this before. As you steel yourself against this oppressive feeling, you begin to hear a strange sound, like small wooden wheels rolling across the street just outside the Forge. There is a knock at the door. How would you like to proceed?
Oh boy.
First of all, if Adrienne Barbeau was there, I'm going to smooch her.
If this is a vampire, I'm leaving.
Well, I'm going to draw both my one laser sword and my magic laser sword because I'm assuming I would take that piece of the loot.
Nobody's home!
Kind of look at the others and see what do you think.
So that was a knock at the door.
What's going on?
I'm going to draw my laser
Forge is
sword,
closed.
and I might pucker up just in case.
Mm-hmm. You hear the knock again.
I said the Forge is closed.
Arvine kind of steps up and says, "Who's there?"
There's a brief silence, and then you hear the knock again.
Fine. grab,
knock, knocking on heaven's door.
I grab the nearby halberd and I go ahead and open the door. What?
You see a hunched figure bundled in rags, standing next to a rickety wooden cart. The eerie glowing fog is thick in the street, with the figure standing knee-deep in it. The glowing fog is thickest about a foot from the ground, but lighter, wispy vapors seem to pervade the entire street. An old female voice says, "I have these most delicious pastries to sell. They are only 1 gold piece each. They offer an escape from the misery and despair of everyday life here in Barovia."
Oh, hell no.
How do you respond?
No. No.
Close the door, go back to bed.
So much no.
I don't believe I need that kind of snack today. Keep moving along.
So-
kind of looks at them and
So you guys have to try really, really hard to not
I know.
metagame.
I
You have to act as though your characters have absolutely no idea what is happening, even though all of you do.
I was just being silly earlier. But, okay.
Okay.
Can I smell the pies?
Do you ask to smell one, or do you?
No. I'm asking. This doesn't matter.
You can smell it. It's kind of smells almost like a mincemeat pie. Maybe she's got a lot of them on the cart, so you do kind of get a whiff of it.
Tell me, old timer, where are you trying to take us away from?
From whatever troubles you.
And how do you know what troubles me?
Oh,
This is Barovia. It is gloom and doom all of the time.
Is her name
you're
Mrs.
you're
Lovett?
insane, woman, and I don't. And it's the middle of the night. Your pies smell good, but don't come knocking in the night. See, come back in the morning. I close the door.
Okay. You hear the wooden wheels of the rickety cart moving away from the forge.
Kind
What is
Kind
of
of
Barovia? I thought we were on the rock.
What is this? I
I
mean,
peek back out the door to watch their. This is weird.
You
Do
see her
any-
going down to the next residence and knocking on the door.
do any of us like I kind of turn to Matisse and say, you've had more lifetimes than the rest of us. Do you have any idea what this could mean? You know, this mist, like what's Barovia when we're on the rock? Have you heard of something like that before?
I don't even think it seems familiar to me. She didn't really strike any memories that I'm aware of or generate an emotional response from me. So I'm going to say this is something I really don't know anything about.
Quick question on the setting.
Mhm.
The Rock isn't really known for having fog of any kind, even normal weather fog, is it?
Correct. When I was giving the description, I said that
Just
you see
wanted to
something that
verify.
you thought you would never see before, that you'd never see on an asteroid,
Yeah.
which is fog.
Yeah, just wanted to verify.
Yeah, as far as you know, fog doesn't exist on the rock.
On the Rock. Hmm.
There's no atmospheric
Can
condition.
I
that would-
investigate the fog?
Sure. I would probably. I mean, I guess you could, if you want to make investigation, you can. If you're under perception, you can. The
just gonna make a
investigation
general-
would assume that you're trying to sort of like try to touch it or something or walk around in it. So if you want to stand in the front door, let's say, and sort of try to
I
put
have
your hands into the fog or something.
I'm just.
I'm
gonna make
preparing a bottle. I'm going to be on headset.
Okay.
I'm just going to make a general
I-
intelligence check as to whether or not I would actually bother to try to, whether or not it would register whether or not the fog would actually be something worth investigating. And an 8, I find it unusual, but probably not curious enough about the fog.
Well, Janie's curious. Screw
Okay.
you, Strax.
Arvine would probably help you.
No, I'm
At a
tired. I want to
15.
go back to bed.
With no help.
Let's see.
Okay. So you move up into the doorway and kind of try to put your hands in the fog and sort of investigate it. Okay.
Start playing around in it, see if it moves around my hands and stuff. Yeah.
Um,
Do the Janie thing. Ooh, shiny.
It's fog. We had a lot of it around the village. It's unusual around. I haven't seen any around here, sure, but
Brother, it doesn't look like normal fog. I just want to see.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to bed.
just point of order, the fog is glowing.
The fog is. Oh, right. You did mention the fog.
I did mention the fog is glowing.
mention the fog
That
is
is
glowing.
very unusual.
Okay.
That was kind of
Very
unusual.
strange.
Okay.
There's fog on the rock, and it's
Sorry.
glowing.
Sorry,
I'm
Chris.
gonna
How
write
long
all of
do you
this is
keep
weird.
for? How long do you
Okay.
keep 4 ounces, Chris? Sorry.
Do 5 minutes, honey.
Okay.
Matisse tries to see if she can recall anything because it seems.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have to give Sarah the result of her roll.
Okay.
And for the listeners, what Katie's referring to is we have the baby, just so you know. Although Grammy is with her, which is great. So, Janie, the fog, it's sort of cool to the touch. It moves. It's not so thick where you are that you can really affect its movement. I mean, it's sort of thicker outside of the forge, and you're getting wisps that are sort of like, tumbling in through the door. So, I mean, it kind of almost moves a little bit, but you'd have to get sort of more walking into it. Sort of, you could probably think it would move around your legs and kind of billow and puff a little bit if you were walking through the thicker parts. But it seems, other than the glow, you think it's kind of got the properties of a regular fog.
Do I get the sense that it could be magical in some way, shape, or form?
Not in any other fashion except for the fact that it's glowing.
All right. If you're that worried about it, I'll take a closer look. All right. Grab some of my instruments. I'm going to take the next 10 minutes and ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. So you spend 10 minutes, and
meantime, I think Greg had something.
yeah, Greg, go ahead and tell me what you wanted.
So Matisse is, since the fog is kind of glowing and strange, she's trying to search her memory to see if perhaps she's seen something like that during her lifetimes before. Because I would imagine with what the lady has said, that there might be some emotional residuals that she might be able to pick up on, especially since the pastries are to forget things.
Well, the memory of 1,000 lifetimes, that class feature works on areas that have had strong emotional content, which right now, you would probably pick up on Earl fighting the Neogi when they tried to invade. That's probably what you would see, because that's probably the strongest emotion that has happened in this area recently. As far as the fog goes, you don't need to make a check to know that you've never seen or heard of a glowing fog in your life.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Sure. So 10 minutes passes. Strax, you cast detect magic, and it doesn't radiate any sort of magic.
All right. The glowing fog, that's not magical. Well, okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything going to be able to do until the morning. We can check in with Luigi or something and make sure that we can still get breakfast. But
So
I don't know if I trust that woman. She seemed weird. Coming from the weirdest person in this party.
so Janie, you were at the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Strax, you have like a range on detect magic, right? So you can stay
30
in
feet.
30 feet, okay. So, Janie, you notice that it seems to be quieter than normal, because essentially the forge is in Low City, which is the lower third of the rock, and that is the area of the rock that is the most like, New York, sort of like the city that doesn't sleep. It seems a lot quieter, like just like the noise that comes from there constantly, like all day and all night, so to speak, on an asteroid. It's much quieter than you would normally they would expect. Excuse me. And
It's quiet.
you see
Too
sort of like
quiet.
to the left of the forge, You think you can make out some structures. I mean, at first you just kind of see things in your peripheral vision that you think are buildings. But then you realize that the buildings have, some of them have like pointed roofs. And that's not something that you see on the rock. Most buildings are flat topped because there's no weather to deal with. So you kind of sit, you check out the fog, and as you're kind of putting your hands through it and trying to figure out what's going on, you just think to yourself, it's oddly quiet out here for some reason. It should be much louder. And you kind of catch a glimpse of a couple of buildings in your peripheral vision that don't seem to match the buildings that you have seen around this area.
Something seems amiss out here.
Well, it's the lower. Yes, Lowtown. It's always a mess out there.
So what do you mean, Janie?
The buildings look like they're changing.
Doesn't look like the normal buildings that are around us.
They don't look like buildings. They got pointy roofs like a house.
Matisse opens the door and walks out.
The door's still open, Greg, but yes, Matisse can just walk outside.
Arvine follows behind.
Okay.
Fine. SDO on, come on.
So you notice that it is very quiet again, like for like the city that doesn't sleep, for Low City, it's very quiet. Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. From where you're standing, you can see that the rocky surface of Brawl gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house from your vantage point stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. Where Prince Andrew's palace once stood, there is a large, ominous castle staring down at you. Between the village and the castle is a dark forest that bears no resemblance to the lush forest of the elves located in Middle City. Behind you, the noise from the crowded barrios, squares, and alleyways of Low City has been reduced to the dull mumbling of conversation, no doubt in reaction to the scene before you. It appears that Middle City and High City no longer exist, leaving only the citizens of Low City to contend with this strange event. How would you like to proceed?
Well,
so to be clear, is some of Low City still here? Like, it looks like there are other people from the Rock here with us.
You can see behind you down the street that there are people, like typical Brawlians, that are still here, and you see small groups like pointing and staring off in the direction of the castle and the strange forest and the weird buildings.
Turn to the others. This doesn't make sense. Let's see. I'd like to go to the Laughing Beholder and see if Luigi, with all of his stories, maybe if he made this trip to wherever the rest of us seem to be, maybe we should gather up some of the other citizens too and just have a big meeting of Brawlians to see what's going on.
All right, I like a good brawl.
I think that's a good idea.
That coming.
That's a good idea to go and talk to Luigi. Maybe he's heard of this.
I'd say let's head towards the Laughing Beholder, and like any other perplexed people that we see in the street, Arvine would say, we're going to this tavern to ask the shopkeep there. I think
hold on.
It's even still there.
So
if it's still there, yeah.
You don't get to talk to anybody, because as you are all standing outside of the forge and you're all discussing what to do, you're just about to make your way away from the forge, and a distant sound catches your ears. Oh
no!
Oh God!
I hear the sound again, a little louder this time.
Oh, right there.
Distracts. Did you make a modification to STO1?
The small number of people on the street scatter in all directions as you hear the sound of heavy breathing and rapid footfalls headed in your direction.
Oh boy!
Large shapes can be seen in the fog, getting larger and larger. Strange creatures emerge from the fog at high speed. They are a hybrid form of wolf and man, and would probably stand 7 feet tall if they were standing on their hind legs rather than charging at you on all fours. With hunger in their eyes and saliva dripping from their mouths, they move to attack. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Holy
Oh,
guacamole, Strax!
dude is getting us good again. The DM
Oh.
sneaky dude. I love it.
Oh, that's not
Where
bad.
did these guys come from?
The distance.
To hear.
I'd rather take the Neogi
Fog.
any day, thank you.
They're going the
Wow.
distance. They're going for speed.
Okay, so let's see here.
I'm trying to roll out my ones.
And then once we get initiative in, we should probably determine who has those superior healing potions we won. Who, Janie, are you wearing the Ring of Protection to buff your AC?
And the
I
cloak
think-
or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think there was a cloak. There was 1,000 gold each. There was a +1 laser pistol, a +1 laser sword, which I was going to take because you already have one, Matisse. There was an energy shield, 3 superior healing potions, and a Ring of Protection +1.
If you guys want to divvy that out real quick, that's fine.
Yeah.
Which
Janie, I honestly would advocate that you take both the laser pistols so you have something in case like something breaks your spell casting. And then the Ring of Protection, because I think you still have the lower AC out of the group. Unless Strax wants the ring. I don't know who would need it more.
No, I got a different ring, so we wouldn't have
Okay.
taken the ring.
Okay.
Hey.
And then the energy shield, Strax, is that something you would use?
I was just looking at that.
Okay, let's see here.
Laser pistol.
Yeah. And then when you do your custom attacks with it, you'll just have to add +1 to the hit and the damage.
Oh.
Now, Strax has got a regular shield, the regular +2 AC. He
Okay.
probably trusts more to sturdy craftsmanship than the weird glowing energy things.
Can GH88 wear a shield?
Oh, he can't use a shield.
Okay. Alright.
You guys done divvying up the loot?
I don't think superior healing potions. Probably myself and Matisse should carry one, and then who else do you think out of you guys?
Give it the GH88.
Okay, so alright,
Superior healing.
so Greg, you
potion.
and I need to look that up real quick. Yeah, sorry. I
I think it's 48. Or 40.
Items.
Arvine, what do you got for initiative?
12. Okay. And Greg, you search for it as potion of healing superior in
Oh,
the
okay,
ad equipment
potion.
thing.
Janie, initiative.
Yeah.
20.
Oh,
Nice, Janie.
good.
Happens every now and then.
And Matisse.
7.
Oh, 7.
7.
And Strax.
18.
18. Okay. So is all the loot divided at this point?
I think we're good with what we need for this fight.
Yeah, I,
I
think
didn't even
it.
remember what we gained.
Yeah,
so-
make sure you get your 1,000 gold plus your 300 at the top of this adventure too.
You all got 1,000. Yeah, you got
Speaking
1,000
of-
gold from winning the from winning that
And
arena fight.
actually, Chris, would we have had time in the last couple of weeks for me to go and get that +1 armor? Because I would have done that once I had the 1,500 gold that you quoted
Sure.
me before.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, let me do that real quick too. I'm sorry. Baby life.
Potion of healing.
That was 1,000 each.
So
right?
that was
1,000 each. Yep. Yep. So for our initiative, we have Janie, our Kalashtar sorceress. Then we have Strax, Hobgoblin Artificer, along with his Golem of Healing GH88 and Steel Defender SD01. Then we have what should be obvious as werewolves. Then we have Arvine, SMR Fighter, and then Matisse, Diva, Paladin.
What happened to the initiative board? We flipped it upside down.
Right? It's a cold day
No,
in
it's not often I
Barovia.
actually get to move before the end.
Whole day in Barovia, yes.
Oh, no.
Does this mean I get to channel my inner Sapphire?
Well, if you can bust out a sun sword, that would be really nice right now.
Yeah. No spoilers for our listeners. Shh.
I'll deal with the potion later. I can't find it.
Okay. Hang on.
That's okay, Greg. I also have absolutely no idea how to use a laser weapon, so.
Was it the studded
Okay.
leather plus
Janie
one, I
now
think
has a
we were
gun.
looking at?
She
Janie
does.
has a gun. Boom, boom.
All right, are we ready to get into combat? Arvine's lower on the initiative. Are Janie and Strax good to go?
Let's do
I
this.
think so.
Okay. So top round 1. Janie, Kalashtar, Sorceress.
How many werewolves are in front of me?
There are 6 of them that are rushing forward.
Okay. How many are within a 15-foot cone?
15-foot cone. They're not quite up on you yet. I mean, if you wanted to
Okay.
ready a spell, you could do that. Basically, you'd be concentrating on it until they got within a certain range. You would have to tell me sort of what parameters that you wanted to use, what you wanted to do.
How wide is the alleyway that they're coming down?
They're coming down the street, so it's probably like 30 feet across.
Are we kind of like against one of the walls right now? Like, where are we positioned? Are we just in the middle, or?
You guys would just be basically generally in the middle,
Okay.
generally in the middle of the street, and they're
Okay.
generally coming down the middle of the street. Loud noises.
I'm working on it. Shut up.
Think.
She's not used to having to go first.
Think.
Okay. So I am going to cast a fireball.
Okay.
I don't know these
Nice.
buildings, so I guess I don't give a crap about them. I'm going to center it to try
Firewall.
to hit as many werewolves as I can.
Okay.
Wolves.
Okay.
That's going to be a dexterity saving throw, which is probably not the best idea for werewolves.
Whatever. It's fire. Burn.
All right. Well,
Good.
they do use sort of a pack tactic, but there's only limited space to run down the street. So I'm just going to say that you can get all of them in it.
Okay. I mean, it is a 40-foot diameter fireball.
Yes. I mean, you are going to hit the buildings.
Yeah. That's why I asked how wide it was. All right, so dexterity saving throw from the werewolves, and here goes my roll.
Okay. Let's see. So dexterity.
Drop dice all over the place.
And as the fireball goes off, you hear a womanly shriek come from inside one of the nearby buildings.
Gone. I will kill you. I will hunt you down. I know where you live. And if I'm smiling when she opens the door, your mom will let me in.
What was the DC there, Sarah?
14.
14. Okay. Do you have the damage for me?
Almost. Okay, so anybody that didn't make it, you ready for this?
Yep.
41.
Ooh.
41.
Very nice.
All right.
Sizzle.
So anybody that did is still taking 20.
Busting out the big guns.
I just rolled all 4s and 5s on all 8 of those d6s.
Yeah.
4s, 5s, and 6s.
As Greg would say, noise.
Noise. Yes, very noise.
Did you surge?
Oh, I don't know. Let's find out.
IDK. Yes.
I did not.
Oh,
It'd been nice to follow that up with another fireball, wouldn't it?
bollocks.
Right on top of us.
All right, so there's this huge eruption of fire in the street. The buildings on either side catch on fire, and the werewolves howl and make all these sort of dog howling noises as they get burned by the fire, and it seems to increase their ravenous hunger.
Oh no!
Oh no, I pissed the puppies off.
Now they're hot dogs.
Dear.
Oh god.
Oh no.
That was perfect. Come on.
Really?
Oh,
That was awesome.
There's your
boo.
blue flag.
Hot dogs.
Here's your flag.
Where is the boo flag? Is it still here? Did Greg take it
Yes.
home? I forget.
It's in my profile picture. A nice
I think my
role
sister
play.
actually might have taken it home with her.
That's
Oh.
right. Did we send it home? Yeah.
If you're listening,
that
Bethany,
sounds
hold
right.
up the boo flag.
That's funny.
Okay. All right, so I got
Oy vey.
that, and you said you did not surge.
I did not search.
Okay.
I rolled
then-
a 1 and a 2, but it was a 12.
Then it is on to Strax, Hobgoblin
Strax!
Artificer.
Okay. Strax reaches into his belt pouch, pulls out another weird-looking arrow or bolt, loads it into the crossbolt, and shoots it, and it soars out into the street and just in front of the werewolves, and just kind of explodes into a sticky, webby mess. So, yep.
You pulled something out of your belt that exploded into a sticky,
webby-
sticky
Yep.
wet mess.
I was waiting for that.
Wow.
I'm giving my note
Wow.
base for those listeners who cannot see it.
So that's 20-foot.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right.
20-foot cube from the and so it doesn't quite get all the way across the street, but I'm hoping to catch at least a few of them
Okay.
in the web.
So,
So you're trying to get them. You're trying to target some of them to get them in the cube. Correct. Okay.
And kind of create a hazard that the others have to run around.
Okay. So we'll say that 4 of them have to
Yeah.
basically try to evade the initial explosion of the webs.
The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area, except when they're collapsed on the ground like they are.
Mhm.
They're layered on.
Have to make a dex save, I assume?
That's what I'm looking for here. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free.
Okay. So it erupts in the middle of the street around 4 of them, and so when it comes to their turn, they're going to have to make a dex save.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So then we have the werewolves. I'm sorry. What are GH88 and SDO1 doing?
Oh, right. GH88 is staying back and dodging. SDO1, I'm going to have SDO1 move up and ready to attack the first werewolf that comes into range.
Sounds good. All right. So the werewolves go. So we'll do some dex saves. What's the DC?
14.
15.
15. Okay.
Oh, for his, sorry.
Wait, why is my save DC higher than yours? Oh.
I don't know. You tell me.
Serious mathing going on here.
So what happens to the ones that fail?
They are restrained, and if until a creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it is no longer restrained.
Okay. So you see 2 of them get caught up in the webs.
Yay!
Nice job, Strax.
Actually, finally got to do something useful with that spell.
So then there's 4 left. And you see 2 of them that are on the outsides. They basically run down in between the buildings and the web. And the other ones that are inside that didn't get stuck, they sort of bounce around and jump out of the way and jump over like large concentrations of the web, and they manage to go through it. And then two of them just kind of barrel straight forward and hit him, and they get all stuck on the web. So they rush up. So one of them goes up to SDO1, so he gets his it gets his ready to attack.
Okay.
We'll call that this one here.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. He can't ready in action, so he's there and he is there ready up in front, but he's not allowed to ready in action.
Okay.
So
all right. So he gets attacked.
Okay.
Let's see.
Which means he's dodging. So.
Which means he's dodging. Okay. So disadvantage on, let's see, multi-attack. So it tries to bite SDO1. Disadvantage. AC 13.
AC 13 will miss.
Okay. And then the claw. AC 18.
That will hit.
That'll hit. Okay. So I should roll my damage dice with it. Gotta get those out for each of the attacks. So that's for that one. That's for that one. Okay. So the claw does 8 slashing damage.
Ouch.
Don't scratch him. You have to buff that out later.
So let's see. One runs up to Strax.
Bring it on.
Let's see. Strax. Here we go. Attacks the Hobgoblin Artificer. Here we go. So let's do a bite attack. Oop, natural one. Let's do a claw attack.
Guess you're the underdog here.
AC 16.
Miss.
Scrapes crush armor, but doesn't actually penetrate. So
Good armor. See.
let's one's going to run up to Arvine.
Fun.
So we'll do the claw attack. IC 12 is probably going to miss.
That'll miss.
And then the claw. AC 11 is probably going to miss.
Yep.
And then. One run up on Matisse.
Okay, bring it.
AC 7 is probably going to miss.
That will miss.
And then a claw. Claw. The 14 is probably still going to miss.
That's gonna miss.
Okay.
Myth.
Myth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 stuck on the webs. Okay. Oops, I already got that right there. Erase that.
Like I said, the 2 stuck in the webs can use their action to try to break out.
Oh yes, that make a strength check. Strength check. That's against a certain DC, I assume.
Yeah.
Why
my
would
DC
you
is
remind
15.
him of that?
D15.
Because I'm an honorable hobgoblin, even if I am an asshole.
Can the webs be attacked, John?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Sometimes it has multiple ways that it can be. It can be broken.
I like to break things.
They can be burned.
They can be burned. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So strength check on this one. You said
So
15?
if the ones that are still burning run into the webs.
Okay.
They're only slightly smoldering now.
Oh, they're
They're
smoldering.
get singed.
I like me a smoldering
They've changed
dog.
into corn dogs. Corn dogs.
Okay, so one of them breaks free and runs up to Jeannie.
Well,
But they had to use their action to do that.
They did.
though, it
Correct.
looks. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay. So then we go to. See, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So then it goes to Arvine, SMR Fighter.
Okay. Is one of the wolves that looks like Janie burnt more severely within reach of my swords?
Well, there's one right in your face, and the other ones
Okay.
are basically attacking other people.
Okay. I guess I will attack the one that's in my face. Yeah. Okay, so that's D8. Yeah. Okay, come on, dice. Let's roll. Okay, AC 23 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. That is going to hit for 7 force damage.
Okay.
So then we'll do extra attack. with
Strange
that
scene
primary.
as you see this laser sword hitting a werewolf.
Wow, that's a critical miss. 1.
Oh.
So we'll go to offhand attack.
Then it flinches away from the second attack and you miss.
Yep. That'll hit for AC 23 again.
That hits.
And that is for 7 force damage.
7
again.
force damage.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit it once, moves out of the way of the second one,
Yeah.
and you hit it with the third one.
And I shout, try to concentrate damage, and just end my turn.
Then we have Matisse, Diva Paladin,
Right. So I
tall
will-
blue lady.
in my silvery blue armor that was made by Strax. So I think I will try to attack the one that Arvine was just on, to sake of consolidating attacks, unless something's in front of me that
There's one on your right. There's one right in your face.
okay, so then obviously I'll have to attack that one because it's in my face.
It's getting all up in your grill.
So that's going to be 13 to hit,
13 will hit.
and that's going to be for 11
Right up to 11.
for attack number
11.
1. And attack number 2, that is also going to be for 13,
That will also hit.
and that one is going to be for 12.
12.
So AC 13 hits, huh? AC tracker!
So again, you see these laser swords, vroom, vroom, smashing into the werewolves, doing force damage. Is that your turn, Matisse?
Yes, that's both my hits.
Okay.
Well, if they're naked, I guess they're surprisingly easy to hit.
So we are back up to the top of the round, and at this point, you can hear somebody screaming from inside one of those buildings that is on fire. Janie, it is your turn.
Jerk.
Oh,
Such a punk.
Jackass!
I'm not the one that launched a fireball in a residential area.
Whatever.
use some frost.
Wilhelm would have done
Well,
the same.
she's still screaming, so hopefully she's still alive.
You can scream that you're alive.
Oh shit!
Not our problem.
Is Strax still within my touch reach? Strax,
Yeah,
are you still standing next to me?
I would think that the two of you would probably stay close to each other. That's typically what you guys were doing before.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say yes.
I'm gonna reach out and touch my brother.
Okay.
I cast Stone Skin on you. It turns the flesh of a willing creature that you touch as hard as stone. Until the spell ends, the target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Nice. So my sister touched me and turned me hard.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
that's
strikes
gross.
10 on the dirty meter.
Yeah. But you're nice and hard now, brother.
Whoa. Whoa. Is that your turn, Janie?
That'll be my turn, yes.
Did you wild surge?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Hold, please.
Wait.
Just barely didn't. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
So you got hard, but it didn't drive me wild.
All right. So the newly hard Strax, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, if me and Janie are right next to each other, and there's one on me and there's one on Janie, I'm gonna flip a switch on my crossbow. That's not a bolt caster; it just looks like one. The bolt inside it kind of glows a little bit more brighter, and I'm going to attack the one that is attacking Janie. That's branding smite.
Okay.
With
You're shooting it with the crossbow?
and shooting it with the crossbow.
The hand crossbow, yes.
With the hand crossbow.
See? We're siblings. We look out for each other.
Well, since it's an orgy of fighting right now, with hard and sweaty and
First
Whoa.
first shot's in 9, but I get my bonus shot because I did shoot with
Yeah, first one goes wide.
AC 14.
14 will hit.
Nice.
Okay, for 2d6.
The second bolt
Good
sinks in.
stuff. Good stuff.
For
There's a little yelp from the werewolf.
4 radiant energy and 7 piercing. 11 total.
11 total, and that's on Janie's. Okay.
That's my action. That's my bonus action. Droids are still in dodge mode, so pass turn.
So let's see the werewolves. Let's see that one that's restrained. It's going to try to break out. And succeeds.
The butt's gonna break out.
What?
So there's
to
like
keep his butt to himself.
Let's see. It is going to... I'll just put that one on GH88 since everybody has an enemy to fight. So we'll do that too. So
So we all got our own personal werewolf?
free hugs.
Aw,
Correct.
we all got a puppy.
yeah.
I wonder if animal handling would work.
What is Janie's reaction to this? Puppy!
Puppies.
So Matisse.
Yes.
Attempt to bite. AC
Good.
12 is probably going to miss.
Yes.
And then the claw. AC 10 is probably going to miss.
Yes.
It would be helpful if I could roll a little higher. Strax.
No, it wouldn't.
Strax AC 12.
Miss.
It's on a bite, and then on a claw. AC 16.
Miss.
Okay.
I got good armor.
Let's see. SDO 1. This is with disadvantage. AC 9. How smart are these things?
Oh, yeah, 9 will miss.
Not a miss, yep. And then claw, AC less.
Miss more.
GH88, same thing. Bite. It's cocked, but I gotta take the. Oh, it might be lower. It is lower, so AC 12 probably is gonna miss GH88.
That will miss. GH88.
Okay. And then the claw. AC 14.
That will miss. GH88's display just marquees noob.
All right. Attempted to bite on Janie.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. AC 6.
Yes.
Claw on Janie.
Aw, you puppy.
AC 20
That'll hit.
for 8 slashing.
Okay. Ouchie. Bad puppy. Bad.
And RV.
What is your AC up to now with the ring?
17 RV.
That'll miss. Yay, magic armor.
12 is going to miss.
Yep.
Game is rolling very low. Okay. Well, except for on the trying to break out of the web. I'm rolling very high on that. On some of the saving throws. Some of the saving throws were high too. Okay. So that is all the werewolves. That was one everybody. So then we go to Arvine, our Asimar fighter.
Okay.
I guess if there was something to burn the high rolls on, I guess the web would be it.
Okay, Arvine will continue wailing on the one that's right in front of her. Is it bloodied yet, by the way?
No, it is not.
Okay. Ah, jeez. All right, here we go. Magic laser sword. Oh man, well, AC 12 to hit?
AC 12 hits.
Okay. New target, AC 12. All right, that will hit. Ooh, nice.
Arvine.
That will hit for 13 magical
13.
damage.
Got it. Growl. Yelp.
Extra attack with magical laser sword. That's going to hit for AC a lot more. That
Okay.
will hit for 10.
Swing in the other direction.
Yeah.
Hit with the laser sword.
Yep.
Another
and
10.
then
Good, good.
10, yeah. And then we'll do offhand. Laser sword.
Okay.
Critical.
Critical.
Woo!
So you just kind of bitch slap her. Pow, pow, pow.
Right. Bad dog.
This one you
All
connect right up under the jaw with the laser sword.
Come back here and I
Yeah.
shall punch you a second time.
Okay, so that will be 8 plus 7, so that'll be 15
15 force
force
damage.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that cat that was beating up someone. Like, pew, 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 pew.
Oh yeah, just bada, 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 bada.
Right.
Wing batter.
All right. Good
Okay.
hits. Still not bloodied.
Oof, that's problematic.
Damn.
Still not below half its maximum hit points.
And that's even with your fireball lighting them up. Good grief.
Well, he didn't tell us how many got hit with the full damage.
How many saved
Yeah,
it?
that one saved it. So that is Arvine, and then Matisse, our Diva Paladin.
All right, going in for attack again. Let's see. So
Its
that's
red
going
eyes
to
are staring at you, Matisse.
11 to hit.
Miss.
AC 12 is the target.
Okay.
It's the trigger!
And that one is going to be for 10, so that's going to miss too.
Moves out of the way, lifts up one big claw, lifts up the
okay.
other big claw as you swing at it.
All right, going from different dice.
Okay, and top of round 3, you still hear somebody screaming in a building over there, and you see some people come running out of a building on the other side of the street who are coughing and hacking, and trying to get out of the building as it's burning.
I hate you.
And then Janie, Kalashtar Sorceress.
Well, they shouldn't have put their building where you're gonna light a fireball. It's their fault.
Don't they know how to pour
Spoken
water
like a
on it?
hobgoblin.
I am going to burninate in a 15-foot cone. I'm assuming that can at least hit the one on me and the one on Strax.
Yeah, we'll say you can do that. Sure.
Okay. So that is also going to be a dexterity saving throw.
Zarata against 14, right?
Yes.
All right. And the damage?
Haven't rolled it
So
yet.
these
Hold
are
on.
for Janie
Oh,
and
please.
Strax.
Ooh. Nothing lower than a 3 that time. Let's see. 10, 28. 28.
28, okay.
Half is 14. And I rolled a 20 on my wild surge die.
Okay, so you shoot out the burning hands, and you burn those two a little bit. They seem to kind of move out of the way of some of the majority of the fire, but they do get burned. And the wild surge. Okay, that was Janie, so then we go to Strax. Hobgoblin Artificer.
Reach into my belt pouch again, and I pull out a ring and I pass it to Janie. Put this on.
Oh, Oh, thanks.
That ring grants warding bond. Since I have resistance to various damage, now she has resistance to various damage. And then
It's almost like I knew you could do that.
almost.
So this is the ring that you wear that...
This is the one where you take half of my damage, right?
The ring is a material component for warding bond. It basically, anytime Janie has resistance to all damage, but any damage she and +1 to all saving throws. But any damage she takes, I also take.
Half of
Okay.
it.
So you're casting a spell on her.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So you cast Warding Bond.
Yep. And then I will have GH88 take a bite of the one that's in front of Janie. GH88, fight!
You mean SDO1, you mean?
Or SDO1. Sorry. I'm getting
GH88 cannot bite anything.
GH88 can try.
Well-
If I tell him to try, he better damn well try.
Just a little message goes across his face that just says, "Grrr."
Makes like a graphic of some teeth.
Arrgh.
Teeth graphic.
All
Okay,
right.
so SDO1.
Force
tries to bite
empowered
down.
rend. Oh, come on. I picked you because you were rolling so well before. AC 8.
AC 8 misses.
Crap.
The dice giveth and taketh away.
They do. All right, that's turn.
That's turn. All right, so then let's see. Start with Matisse. Trying to bite the Diva Paladin. AC 10 is going to miss. And the Claw. AC 15 is probably going to miss. All right. Strax. The bite.
Oh.
AC 17.
17 will miss.
It's going to miss. And then Claw. AC 15.
Miss more.
All right. SDO 1. He's a regular attack now, right?
Yep.
He's not dodging. Okay. AC 21
That will hit.
for 8 damage.
Yeah.
So SDO1 tried to bite that werewolf. The werewolf succeeds in biting SDO1 back. Let's see. Okay, so I believe that your Steel Defender needs to make a Constitution saving throw. This is weird. Because it's not a disease, which I assume he is immune to disease, right?
It does not say he is immune to disease. It only says he's immune to poison.
Okay, then it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
This is going to be really weird.
What just happened?
The werewolf bit SDO on the Steel Defender, John's steel dog, and it's making a Constitution saving throw to see if it's going to contract lycanthropy.
Well, see, this dice I like better. It's 20 on the die.
20 on the die. Okay. So
Mechanical
SDO1 is not cursed with lycanthropy.
That would be really weird.
Yeah.
I'd roll with it, man.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
whatever.
if Greg's paladin is high level enough to clear that up.
22 on a claw.
22 on the claw that
ouch.
hits.
That's 8 slashing.
Wow. 888. And SGO1 is now bloody.
All right.
Uh-oh.
GH88, AC 6, not going to do it. And then AC 16 on GH88. Nope.
That's a miss.
All right. Clang off of his armor, or off of his metal body, I should say. Let's see. Then Janie. Is it disadvantage on?
Against GH88?
No, against Janie.
No, the attack is normal.
Okay. AC 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 6 piercing damage and Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so here's kind of the question. So she only takes 3, and normally I would take 3.
Mhm.
but I currently have resistance to non-magical damage. So what's the source of the damage? Is it the bite, or is it the warding, or is it the warding bond?
I'm not sure what you're asking me, but I would assume in this instance that Janie takes 3 and you take nothing. Is that what you're trying to determine?
No, what I'm trying to determine is...
So he's got a warding bond on me, so he's taking half of the damage that I would have taken.
Right.
Right, so
But
she took...
I put a spell on him that gives him resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Right. So you take half, and John takes nothing. Strax takes nothing.
For 1, half of 3 is 1.
Oh, if it's resistance, then yeah, that's 1. Yeah.
That's one.
Yep.
So
Okay.
his question was, do you count that as piercing damage, or do you count that as damage through magic from the warding bond?
No, it's just piercing damage.
Okay. Gotcha.
We'll roll with that for now.
So 3 piercing
Usually
damage
there.
to Janie,
Yep.
and Constitution saving throw.
Who wants to be
You
my
have pluses to Constitution saving throws, and you get some from me too.
Yeah, the
Oh, that's right.
the warding bond gives you +1, and being near Matisse gives you +2.
Yes.
Oh,
you get a
I
total
already
plus
have
3
a
to you.
+6, so
So you get a +9 to
So
your
plus
roll.
9 to your roll.
that'll be a 21.
Okay.
You pass.
Good.
That's pretty hot.
Nice.
Whoa. I just lost a 4 on the floor.
Uh-oh.
4 on the floor.
No caltrops.
Oh, no.
No caltrops.
Oh no, it's actually on top of my computer. Yay. Okay, so AC 7 is going to miss Janie.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Bite and Claw, and then we're going to go to Arvine.
I'm preparing a baby bottle, so I'm not right
Okay.
in front of things, but
Okay.
I can hear you.
Baby
attack.
bottle pop.
Switch me
Baby
with
bottle.
a
AC 11 is going to miss you,
That will miss.
and AC 14 is probably going to miss.
That will also miss.
Would like werewolves to be doing better, not rolling so high. All right, let's.
We're not rolling so hot either.
So, honey, when
Speak
you
for
are
yourself.
ready, it is Arvine's
Well,
turn.
you're on fire.
I almost got
Literally.
the bottle going here. Hungry baby is hungry. They're gonna do another 4 ounces here.
Our little girl is hungry.
She's gnawing on her wubbanub in her fists, apparently.
Well, she's just going to have to learn to wait. These things are important.
She's creaking.
Is it safe to take a
creaking
leave on
leads to
top of
meltdown.
ibuprofen?
I'm not sure about that because the leave is naproxen, right?
Yes, naproxen
They don't
sodium.
know
Naproxen
about
sodium you can take with
that. I think naproxen's
Tylenol.
another NSAID.
Yeah.
acetaminophen.
You could use acetaminophen with ibuprofen.
Okay.
Well, I know that, but
If they're both
So let's
NSAIDs, then
see.
probably not.
No.
Okay.
And I think you can use acetaminophen with naproxen sodium.
Ask the Googs.
All right.
Oops,
So let's
ask
see here.
Arvine, you're up.
I'm gonna keep wailing on, I guess,
Yeah.
my foe.
Sure,
We are not medical
I mean,
doctors, by the way. Do not take medical advice from us.
I'm
Not
wondering
at
if I
all.
should
Works
wail
for
on
pharmacy.
Matisse's foe, but I think I've hit my foe more times, so it's probably
Not
more
certified
damaged.
yet,
So, all right. Anywho, laser sword. That's gonna hit for AC 14.
14 will hit.
AC 14 for 12. Magical force damage.
oh, piercing.
Got it.
Let's see here. Extra attack. I hit for AC more. And hit for
Okay.
9.
9.
9.
9.
And then offhand attack.
So that hit bloodies it.
Okay, critical.
Yay.
Ooh.
Yay!
Critical on the offhand hit.
I think my little song
Oh,
worked
yuck.
today.
A 3 and a 1 for the critical dice? Screw that. So that'll be 8 force damage.
All right.
Whee! Yeah, and that'll be it for me.
Okay. Back up to the top of the round. Janie.
Wait, what about Matisse?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wait, sorry. Matisse. Matisse, do you have a paladin?
No skipping, Matisse.
No, even though I'm not hitting, and might as well skip me.
I think my microphone, which is on desk stand, was blocking his initiative at the bottom.
I see.
Okay, that's a good hit. So that is going to be 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice job, sir.
And that's going to be for 13.
Got it. Smash it in the leg with the laser sword.
Yeah, paladin.
Hit the knees.
Okay, and that's another solid hit at AC Moore
Okay.
for 9.
9.
Hit it on the shoulder. Vroom, vroom.
Going to use my crisp point
Action point.
for third attack.
Another attack. Okay.
How many attacks do you get from that?
Single weapon attack.
Troll.
And that's going to be AC 13
13 will hit.
for 10.
For 10.
Nice job, sir.
You whack it on the chest for another 10. And you managed to bloody it with that last hit, Greg.
Yes.
Werewolves have been
Okay. All right. So then we're back up to the top of the round. It is Janie, our Clash our Sorceress, and you no longer hear the screaming from that building.
Oh,
It is your turn.
jerk.
Oh,
You did see some people get out of some buildings across the street that are on fire, but whoever's in that building is no longer screaming
they're resting.
permanently.
Why does he have to do that to me? Why?
Says the person who launched a fireball into a residential area. Why does the DM have to do this to me?
I launch a fireball at your face.
Take your turn, murderer of innocent people.
Ah, asshole. Okay. There's still 2 right in front of us, right?
Yes.
Second burst, same as the first.
Burning hands.
Could get
burning
better, but
hands.
it's going to get worse.
Right.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Okay, and then
So dexterity saving throw.
yep, got it.
15 that time.
15 damage.
15. And I did not wild search. No searching of wilds.
One in front of you seems to not avoid most of it, but the one that's fighting Strax does seem to avoid most of it. Okay. All right, with the burning hands. These werewolves are sick and tired of being burned. And then it
Like the
is...
style.
Did you wild surge?
I didn't.
Okay. Strax, Hobgoblin Artificer, and Constructs.
Okay, I'm going to kind of fiddle with one of my little rings that I'm wearing, and it kind of glows briefly, and it gives me back my 2nd level spell slot, which I use to charge up my boltcaster again. Flip the switch, it glows a little bit. Cast another branding smite and shoot at the one attacking JD.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. No, I can't
What's
do
the,
all
what's
that.
the action on the
Hold
getting
on.
the spell slot back?
That's what I was just remembering. I think it takes an action to do that. So I may undo that. Give me a second.
That's okay.
Rewind.
Rewind.
Start again.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my infusions, a spell refueling ring, but it requires an action to get the spell slot back.
Action, Trebek.
Action. So never mind. I forgot about that. So learn how to play your character, John.
Speaking in third person.
I like to do that too.
The John says, "Dare, dare, dare,
Play your damn character correctly. All right. In that case, I'm just gonna shoot the darn thing repeatedly
Okay.
and with gusto.
And crossbow.
Attack number 1. No, get in there. AC 12
AC 12 hits.
for 7.
This is the one on Janie. Takes a bolt in the shoulder.
AC dirty 20 for 6.
6.
Yeah.
That bloodies the one on Janie.
AC more for 10. Max damage
10.
in there.
That's pretty good.
This guy's annoying me. Blam, blam, blam.
It's got 3 bolts stuck in it now from that volley. Then onto the and then the is SDO
Droids are dodge. Droids are dodging.
Droids are dodging. Okay. So Matisse, bite. AC 23
That will hit.
for 8 piercing
Oh,
and Constitution saving throw.
8.
Come on, Diva Werewolf. Come on, Diva Werewolf.
I have immunity to diseases, though.
That's not a disease.
No?
Curse.
It is a curse.
Damn.
But you get your buff on the saving throws too.
Okay, so it's a
yeah.
what saving throw?
It is Constitution.
Okay. So that is going to make it an even 24.
In that case, it's dexterity.
Even that is good, too.
No, wait, intelligence. No, wisdom.
I have a
Charisma. It's charisma.
I have a quick question. Can everybody give me their current ACs, actually?
Okay.
Yeah. 18 for me.
20.
19.
Okay. Good to know. I have the ability to bend luck, so before y'all, get the outcome of things,
Something
let me
hitting
have
them.
the chance if I
Like
can.
saving throws, for example.
I can add or penalize a D4 to a roll.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
That's good stuff.
Okay. All right.
It costs
so,
2 sorcery points, but I have the option.
So Matisse, you do not get cursed with lycanthropy. Then it's going to try to claw you.
Stop.
AC 11.
That will miss.
Put your shield in the way.
Bing!
Then Strax. Bite on Strax. AC 19.
Shield.
Shield. Tries to bite, and this magical shield
Bing!
flies up in front of Strax. It
Tap the brute.
mashes up
Ding.
against it and seems to be somewhat confused by that. Still tries to claw you, though. AC 20.
Nope.
Scratches off the shield. Good use of shield, John. That's good. Then SDO 1. Werewolf tries to bite it.
Dodging.
Dodging. AC 13.
Miss.
Yes.
The dog is dodging.
Dog is dodging.
Dodgy
Tries to
doggy.
claw. Ooh, natural 1. GH88 also dodging.
Yep.
Okay. AC 10.
Nope.
And AC 11.
Negatory.
All right. And then Janie. Janie, this is the bite. Roll 1. Come on, dice.
That bites.
You got a whole bucket full of them. Find a better
Claw.
one.
AC 13.
Nice.
That's some different dice. Oops, I put these in the wrong way. You don't belong there.
No wonder your dice haven't been working for you. They're completely insulted. You've been putting them away wrong.
Mishandling them, so they're going to mishandle you.
Now let's see how well
Is
you
the werewolf.
handle them.
And then it goes on to Arvine, ASMR Fighter.
Oh, okay, so there.
Hello, Arvine.
Apparently, I got
Phasing
missed by attacks too. Sorry, I was zoned out. That's
Oh, no, I totally forgot to do that. Or wait, did I?
I mean, what? Yes,
No, you
No,
totally
they
attacked
missed.
her.
Hey, you attacked her. She missed. No.
I just assumed you already had, and I was zoned out, so you guys kept track of it for me. Because I just told Sarah my AC. So I don't know.
All right, DM, trying not to forget his attacks. AC 23.
Bend luck!
Uh,
I'm going to give it a try. Bend luck.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, that's 5 higher than my AC, though.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were 20.
No.
I already
That's
forgot.
me.
Don't waste it.
You're at
So-
20 in my book.
7 piercing there, Arvine.
Ouch.
Okay. Ouch, though.
And then Constitution saving throw.
Oh, boy.
+2.
Okay.
So,
Come on, ask my werewolf. Come on, ask my werewolf.
That is a critical success. So that is the 28.
That I mentioned was a charisma saving throw.
She doesn't have that.
I don't know if there's such a thing as an angel werewolf. That would just be
That
crazy.
would be a
Pretty
beautiful
darn cute and
irony.
cool, though.
Claw attack, AC 14.
Miss.
Total to whiff. Now it's on to Arvine, Asimar Fighter.
Okay. Arvine is going to keep wailing on the one in front of her.
Okay.
Well away, well away.
Okay.
Well away, well away, well away.
Dude, that's
Whalers on the moon.
Ugh.
Carry a harpoon.
Wow. AC, let's see, 18 to hit.
No will. So
18.
don't tell.
Smash on the shoulder.
For 11 force damage.
11. Got it.
Extra attack, AC 12 to hit.
That does connect.
For, let's see here, 10 force damage.
Got it.
And
Smash, smash with the laser sword.
Offhand attack,
Low AC, high hit points on these werewolves.
AC 12 to hit again.
That connects.
That'll be for 7 force damage.
Final strike, hit it in the leg. Okay.
Okay, and then actually action points.
Okay. Another attack.
Ugh, really? That's unfortunate. That'll be a 10 to hit, so boo.
Moves out of the way of that one.
Such a waste.
I could have bent lock.
Oh,
He already gave the result,
sure.
so
Yeah, no,
I
that's
can't do
okay.
it if you give the result right away.
Yeah, that's all right.
You could also,
All
Kate,
good.
if before you give me the total, you could say, Janie, could you bend luck for me?
How many times does my character know that you can use the bend lock?
I don't think she said. So just kind of asking if at some point she says, I can't do it anymore, then we'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all set, Arvine?
Yeah.
Just ask if I can do my wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
Peace, Diva Paladin. I still want to make you a
Alright.
werewolf, Greg. I still want to make you a werewolf.
Okay, so there we go. All right, let's try. Since I changed my name to Tankster Supreme. All right, that's good. So it's going to be 24 to hit
That definitely hits.
for 10.
Nice.
Or 10. Okay, smash it in the leg. Laser sword.
And that's 10 to hit.
It pulls back after the first one and you miss it.
You rolled a 2, Greg?
No, I rolled a 3.
Oh, and that's right. You only have the +7 with the magic. Boo. Sad face.
But the damage
Okay.
was only 1. So
Aw.
Back up at the top of the round, Janie, Lashtar Sorceress. Burninator of innocent people.
Well,
Goblins, humanoids.
it's probably, yeah, I was going to say it's probably a
Hubby
title
is-
by now
Hubby
because
is
she's
a
done it a
jerk.
couple of times.
Slayer of the innocent.
don't say something like humans
Oh, hey, she was a
roasting-
hobgoblin, so, you know.
humans roasting
Collateral
on an
damage
open
happens,
fire.
We troll those we love.
Flames licking at their nose.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she probably died from the smoke inhalation.
She inhaled some of your web fumes. I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna magic missile.
Magic
Magic missile.
Okay.
And I'm gonna aim at the one that's on Strax. Because I got your backs.
Smoke blowing
got
out
Strax's
your
backs.
nose.
Okay.
So 4 darts coming its way.
This is
Oh, no,
the one on
wait, 5
Strax.
darts. Sorry.
Yep.
Level 3 is 5 darts. Okay. Okay. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 5 is 17.
17. Okay. All these missiles come out. Bam, 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 bam. 5 of them. Strikes anyway. It's still not quite bloodied.
Rolled a 5.
Almost a wild surge.
Almost.
All
Just
right.
barely keeping it in control.
I thought it was
Seriously, man!
I thought it was 5 and lower. I thought it
4,
was
honey.
5. Oh.
Strax, Hobgoblin Artificer.
Drax.
That's a house rule for the listeners.
Team Strax.
Yeah, we gave her a 20% chance.
I had made a Christmas song about the firing going on.
Guess I'm gonna keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
At the
And
one I've been
crossbow.
shooting. Yep. Keep shooting at the one I've been shooting at.
Which is the
We're,
one on
really,
Janie.
we're really spreading out the
One on
damage here, but
Janie, we
whatever.
are
Yeah, keep spreading out the damage.
super failing.
But
No
I
one
figured the
said we
one
were
on-
smart.
But I figured the one on
the
Janie's probably
collective
more.
crew is half asleep and shocked at what has just happened, so we can chalk it up to
We're
that.
protective of each other. No one said we were smart about it.
Right, John?
I'm just playing my character, man.
Well, why? Sure, he has a +1
17
intelligence.
on the die for.
It's going to hit
I can never remember the damage bonus. For 7.
for 7.
Fire number 2. Same for 6.
2 hits.
Fire number 3.
2 crossbow bolts.
22 for 8.
2 for 8. Okay. This werewolf has so many bolts in it.
Well, luckily, the bolts disappear after they hit their target, so he's just kind of leaking
So he
out all
doesn't
these
look like a
holes.
So
porcupine.
so he has a lot of little holes. A lot of little holes in it.
Wow.
Yep. He is a holy werewolf.
He's leaking.
Right. Werewolf. Oh, sorry. The droids are dodging.
He's leaking
Yep.
all over the place.
So let's see.
John, can't your droids self-repair to some extent?
They can if they take the action to do so.
Okay.
The problem is that I'd have to get GH88 over to
Matisse.
SEO1.
Yes,
Yeah.
AC 12.
that will miss.
Claw. Amatisse.
Yes,
21.
that will hit.
And luck.
Huh?
Oh
What does
no,
that
he
do?
already said the result.
Is
Will
it?
you
is it-
allow it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna give a penalty of 4 to that roll.
So AC 17.
That will miss.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Woohoo! I did something!
Yay!
This magical energy shoots out of Janie, and it creates this shield right in front of where the werewolf is clawing.
Janie, are you leaking too?
Leaking something.
So then Strax, bite attack. Come on, Hobgoblin Werewolf. But AC 14 is not going to do it.
Nope.
And then a claw attack. Natural 1's not going to do it. Let's see. They're really not that intelligent, so even though I keep missing the droids with disadvantage, they're still going to attack it because they're not that smart.
Okay.
So here we go. Disadvantage attack on SDO1, Steel Defender. AC 20.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Yeah,
so,
all right. So that's 10 piercing damage on SDO1.
yeah. Okay, well, he's not looking so hot.
And a
Oh, dear.
charisma saving throw.
And a charisma saving throw.
Actually, Constitution. Actually, Constitution.
Constitution saving throw. Don't fail me now. That's a 9. 11.
11.
11.
We have a steel defender werewolf. Yay!
That's hilarious.
Oh,
What are we gonna do about that?
How apropos.
Can I cure it?
We'll worry about it later.
We're about later. Okay.
Just for now, I'll just
Can you like take it apart and clean it and put it back together?
Can you turn the power off and on? Does that work?
Yeah.
Hard
Control
reset.
Alt Reboot. Control Alt
Reset.
Delete.
You take the parts apart. You have Matisse bless them all. Then reassemble. Sanctify it.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
That one got Sarah pretty good.
Oh no.
So
We're gonna have to go with a whole weird character sheet for this.
There's going to be a claw on SDO1.
Oh dear.
AC7.
Poor SDO1.
Okay, it's a miss.
He's getting pwned this fight.
Okay, GH88.
Well, that's his job. Sit there and take the damage that for a lot of people.
Take it all, bitch.
I'm rolling great against the droids here. AC 19.
AC 19.
GH88.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hit.
That is 6 piercing and Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Are both of you droids going to be werewolves?
How can a droid become a werewolf?
That's the one you were gonna have to figure out. By raw.
I'm going to roll with it.
Cocked.
It's like not organic.
Oh god.
Oh.
What's this? 6.
6. All right. So the goal of healing is now infected with lycanthropy, along with the steel defender.
Droid wolf of healing.
The droid wolf.
The werewolf droids.
Oh, we're gonna do
The were droids.
They're gonna be like Boxy from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my god.
For those
that's
who
pretty awesome.
remember.
They're gonna start scratching because they got fleas.
I don't know. Are they gonna come? Are they gonna have really wiry fur?
I have to put some thought into it here. Moving on to Janie.
Oh god.
Attack on Janie with the bite.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. AC 6.
That'll miss.
All right. And then the claw attack. AC 6.
Miss.
Then Arvine, the bite attack. AC 18.
Oh man, that hits.
For 9
Nice.
piercing. Constitution saving throw. Come on, Ask my werewolf.
+2.
Yep. All right. It'll be 27.
Dang it!
Oh wait, I forgot to add the +2 for GH88's
Okay.
save.
Did you add it for STO1?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Oh well, now there's ogres. Oh.
GH88 only rolled a 6, so
So,
that would have.
yeah, that wasn't
That's
gonna
what
help.
helped, didn't
STO1
it?
would have been close because he was 11. So it would have been a 13.
Um,
Don't worry about it. If we got to deal with it with one, we got to deal with it with the both. So
yeah, I'm
Now
gonna
there's ogres.
send out those ogres. So moving on.
Leave it to John to
Nothing was
create
missed.
ogres.
yeah.
So back up to nope. We're going with that was Arvine. Arvine, you're next.
Okay.
Werewolves, then Arvine.
All right. Arvine's going to keep willing on the one in front of her. It's going to hit for AC 19.
19 hits.
We'll hit for, let's see here, 12 force damage.
12, got it.
Okay, so then we're going to do it again. Extra attack. That is going to hit for AC more.
Okay.
Hit for 7 force damage.
Got it.
All right. and
Hit
then
one leg, hit the other.
Offhand attack.
The front limbs.
It's going to hit for AC 20.
That hits.
And hit for 9 force damage.
9.
9. Smashing on the shoulder. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
How does it look at this point?
It's pretty beat up. So, Matisse, Diva Paladin.
Okay.
Is Matisse in a position where she could wail on mine or I could wail on hers?
You guys are not within that close of a melee with the ones you're fighting.
You're just not as close as us.
Hmm. What does that do? Huh. Oh, that probably wouldn't be helpful. Okay. I was trying to see if I had a spell that might do something, but I do not, I believe. Protection from good and evil. What does that do?
Protection from good and evil.
Jinx.
I think it gives disadvantage or something to them.
Yeah, which they're not.
Yeah.
They're not that kind of creature. I don't believe.
I think it's like undead and fiends.
And fiends, yeah.
Undead, fae, and fiends or something like that. Yeah.
All right, so attack.
This is Matisse.
All right, so that is going to be for 19,
Hits.
for 14.
14. Smash in the shoulder with the laser sword. Attack
And
number
attack
2.
number 2. That is going to be for 20 AC 24
Mhm.
for 10.
10. Hit it up under the ribs. Round. 2 good hits.
Bam, bam, thank you, bam.
Then back up to
Meow,
Janie.
meow.
Star Sorceress.
Start to run out of tricks here.
Oh, these werewolves are tough, man. They have low AC and they can't hit. but they got a lot of hit points.
I guess I'm gonna dart some more. Let's
I think the one on you is almost dead.
I guess I'll go for the one in front of me this time. Therefore, I cannot choose the one in front of you.
It's magic missile. You actually can.
Wait till I get going.
5 darts coming at you, Wolfie.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
Wolfie. Oh, Wolfie. Ain't you the one?
Not good, huh?
Well, I rolled a couple of 4s, a couple of 1s, but that's okay. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 5 is 18.
It's respectable.
This is the one on you.
The one on me,
Okay.
not the one on you. Rolled a 13 on my wild search die.
All right. So it takes the damage from the missiles. And then we're moving on to Strax.
Oh.
I am. Let's see.
Excuse me.
For my bonus action, I am going to instruct SDO1 to repair,
Okay.
and that gives me 2 shots with my crossbow against that same guy. Ish. Guy. Kind of thing.
Werewolf thing.
Werewolf. It's part guy.
This is the one on Janie, right?
Yep.
What if it's part gal?
Ooh, nice. Critical.
Yay!
Cool.
Yeah, it's too bad I didn't have brain expand on this one, but
It's part Cuisinart, so I don't think that meant.
and I rolled max damage on my critical die. Nice.
Nice!
So, first shot does a grand total of 14 damage.
Nice.
13.
Fire missile number 2.
You shoot it in the throat with that one. It's still up, though.
Yep. AC 20 for
Hits.
8.
8.
What bad.
Shoot that one in the chest. Ouch, ouch.
Okay, and
Took a pretty hurt.
1 will roll this 2d8 plus 2 hit points. And he gains 9 hit points, so get him another hit.
Okay, does some repair.
Which means he's not dodging this time.
SDO1 is not dodging.
But GH88 is.
It's okay. So then we go to the werewolves. Matisse. Our soon-to-be Diva werewolf. AC 23.
Yes, that will hit.
for 10.
Oh, that's good damage. Shit.
10 and a Constitution saving throw.
Ouch.
Come on, Diva Werewolf. Come on, Diva Werewolf.
Right. That's going to be +6.
Hail! Yay, Diva Werewolf.
25.
25. Boo. You succeed. And then a claw. Oh, I see 10. Not so good. Strax, so the bite. I see 7. Not so good. And the claw. I see 9. Not so good. SDO 1. Bite. 7. Not so good. Claw. 13.
Nope.
Not good enough. Let's see. And then disadvantage on GH88. 14 is probably not going to do it.
Nope.
Clangs onto GH's metal body. Doesn't penetrate. And then claw.
That's what she said.
Scratches across the metal. Doesn't do anything. And Janie.
She's not saying.
This is a bite on Janie. You see 8.
Disadvantage.
Oh, still missed.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay. Well, he used it anyway. It's whatever.
So this is the claw. Oh, natural 1.
Well,
Arvine.
kind of taking a lot of hurt, so he's a little wibbly wobbly.
I see 19 on a bite, Arvine.
That'll hit.
And 6.
Okay.
6 piercing. Constitution saving throw. SMR. Werewolf. Come on.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Yay!
Mhm.
Don't forget Greg's stuff and things, and
Yeah. Can you bend luck anymore, Janie?
not without sacrificing spell slots, and I can't do that unless it's my turn. It's bonus action.
Okay. Well, then that is 11.
Yay! SMR Werewolf! Woohoo!
It has a wolf.
Where's Amar?
Wolfamar.
Oh my god.
So I started to feel funny.
You definitely feel this strange
Well,
sensation
she already looked funny.
wash
so,
over
you
you.
know.
I see 20 on a claw
Ouch. Yep.
for 4 damage.
Okay.
This one bites onto Arvine's arm and slashes her across the belly. And that was it for them. Arvine, SMR werewolf fighter.
Such a troll.
Is that a Wasamar?
All right. Keep wailing on the one in front of me.
Where Samar?
That'll be a critical.
Critical.
Critical. Will we call her some more?
They're going to wear you down, man. They got so many hit
that'll
points.
be- Let's see here. That'll be 13 force damage.
Got it.
Okay.
Good hit across its back.
Yep. Second verse, same as the first. That will hit for AC 13.
13 will definitely hit.
That will hit for 10 force damage.
10. You crumple that werewolf to the ground.
Yay!
Finally! One down.
And then with the offhand, I swoop over and swing at the one that's on Matisse.
Sure.
Are you showing favoritism?
I was guessing
now?
it was the most. Really,
I'm
it's
kidding,
like,
kidding.
do I have enough awareness to see which one looks the most damaged? Is it the one on Janie? Is it the one on
Just
Matisse?
go for the one on Matisse. It's
Matisse.
okay. We fight in pairs.
We don't need to min-max this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fair enough. All right. Matisse's
Yeah, I'm trying
die.
very hard to have theater mind
Okay.
not be min-maxed.
Critical.
Of course, Kate is trying to
Wow.
push through that.
She's
Critical.
rolling the
Kate.
critical.
Oh, critical with really good damage for once. Woohoo.
Ooh.
So that'll be 18 force damage.
18. Got.
Where's Samar?
Math, Chris, math. There we go.
Mathing.
Smash that one on the back of the neck. It's still up though.
All right. As much as I like resources, this is starting to become drastic.
Resources are there to be used.
Right.
The ones in the droids have barely been hit.
Should have been smarter about this though.
Although
But
they did get hit by a fireball though.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
To that. All right, so two more attacks with my primary sword.
Okay.
AC 12 to hit.
That connects.
That'll hit for 8 force damage.
Got it.
All right, again. Critical.
Oh, jeez.
Critical.
Critical on a 19 with the laser sword feat.
Cool. Yay. More homebrew stuff. Yay, homebrew stuff.
Okay, so that'll be 13. So that'll be 17 force damage on the one that's on Matisse.
17, and you drop that one, crunching on the head.
2 kills! Okay. All right. Just gonna turn to the others and say, I'm pissed off and I feel funny. Okay.
Okay. Then it is Matisse.
How far am I away from
No.
Arvine?
You're right next to me now.
to you now because she came and smacked at your.
I'm going to heal her or cure her problem.
What?
Like, do you have restoration?
Do you have
wait.
remove curse? Or,
Oh,
or
no, I don't
or
have
greater restoration?
I
think.
don't.
It takes.
So I'm not going to do anything.
Not that-
Door wounds is not going to.
All right, you're not doing anything. Turn over. All right.
Hey,
Hey, no, go after
Oh.
another werewolfy wolf.
you are such a punk tonight.
There's one on SDO1, there's one on GH88, and there's one on each on me.
Distraction, Janie.
There's still 4 of them. So
So tell your mom you're being a punk.
She
I
knows that.
understand. that there's
she's known him for
more.
how many years?
I was trying to see if
25.
I can help her with the
Wish.
curse, as Audio Slave would say.
So what is Matisse doing?
Probably we
She's
have to
gonna-
wait till after the fight to deal
Going
with
to
it,
attack
yeah.
the one that's closest to her.
So is that the one on Jeannie?
Sure, we'll say it's one on Janie.
Oh.
Why not?
Why not?
You can always move over there at this point because the ones on you and Arvine have been killed. So
Okay.
you can move over to the one fighting Janie.
Everybody leaves the droids to last.
So that's going to be 18 to hit,
That hits.
and that one's going to be for 15.
15. You crumple that one's head in. Laser sword.
All right.
One more
so
down.
Attack number 2 on swing on the other one near Strax,
Sure.
and that's going to be a critical.
Nice.
Yeah.
Burn it.
19 laser sword feet. So let's see. I roll another.
Yay,
I'm
homebrew
going to
stuff.
wait.
If you level 2 smite, you will have to roll 7 additional d8s plus the one you already rolled. A total of 8 d8s. I
Okay.
think. They're not undead, right?
No, I
No,
don't
they're
think
not
I
done. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. I'm thinking
matter,
I
Greg?
might. I'm trying to decide. You know what? I'm gonna do a level 1 smite instead.
Which is what? An additional 2d8?
So you'd be rolling a total of 5 more d8s because it would be a total of 68 doubled weapon damage and doubled smite damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. So 6 more d8s I'm rolling.
Oh,
Well, no, it's 6 total.
Well,
if you already rolled one, you're rolling 5
So I'm
more.
rolling.
5 more d8s
5
plus
more.
the one you already rolled. Correct.
Okay.
Sir.
Got it.
There's this flash of divine energy
Okay. So that is going to be
from the goddess Mayheen.
10, 17, 24.
All right, so you bloody that one with this massive hit of the divine energy of Mayheen.
good hit. Do it again.
It's my turn. That's my first critical on a 19 ever.
All right, so then we're up
It's
to
good.
Janie, Clash Star Sorceress.
Sorry, I gotta stop trying to get my cat to come to me. She's teasing me. Let's see. I'm going to burn 2 first level spell slots to gain back a sorcery, 2 sorcery points. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
And then.
And then.
And then.
It's fun seeing you use those kind of features.
I am going to burn an 8, the 2 in front of us again.
I think there's
Burning
only
hands?
one in front of us right now.
Did he kill the one in front of
Because
you?
I killed
yeah,
one.
Kill the one in front of you.
The one in
Front
front
of
of
you.
you is dead, Janie.
Okay, so I
It's
can only
dead,
reach
Jenny.
one
So
of them?
there's the
If-
one on
if you wanna move into
Strax
position,
and the
you
one
can-
on
All the wolves
are
GH88
dead,
and-
Jane.
and-
Okay.
Sorry.
If you want to move into position, you can get any 2 of the 3 that are remaining.
Okay. I will move so that I can get the one on SDO1 because he's my puppy, and the one on my brother. 'cause
Okay.
He's my brother.
Gotcha. So the one on Strax.
So, dexterity saving throw.
Okay, got it.
D6s. Sorry, gotta get my D4s out of my rolling tray. Ooh. Okay, so that's 10, 6, 8, 19. Fire.
Okay.
Fire good. 19 or 9. And I didn't wild surge. Been a boring game for Janie.
So vanilla. Ugh.
Ugh. So Strax doesn't like vanilla.
Let's see. Okay, so they both seem to take the full brunt of that fire.
Nice.
And I'm sorry, did you wild surge?
I didn't.
Okay. That was Janie. And then Strax.
Bless you.
Hobgoblin Artificer. Blah, blah.
Okay. Shoot! Keep shooting! Shoot all the things!
Shoot,
Go.
shoot,
Shoot! Shoot the one on me!
shoot. Magical hand crossbow.
Shoot number 1! Sucks! AC 10.
Miss.
Shoot number 2! Oh, 17 on the die. Much better. For 10 damage.
10 damage.
Shoot number 3! 16 for 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew!
2 of them connect.
With pew pew!
And the
Droids are dodging.
werewolf droids are dodging.
The arrow droids are dodging. The were droids.
The were droids. All right.
Although
so-
technically,
droids.
where it refers to the man part, so they'd be droid wolves.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tries to bite Strax. Natural 20!
Shield! No.
They already turned into things.
So you take 12 damage from the bite.
Oh.
But really 6?
12 piercing. Yep.
You're welcome.
And Constitution saving throw. Hobgoblin werewolf and droid werewolves. Come on.
I actually don't know which way I want this to go.
Well,
I
and
mean,
don't
he's
forget,
kind of
you have-
already a
You're
werewolf.
already hairy.
You
Yeah.
haven't.
But what has he got to lose at this
You
point?
Asimar werewolf.
Aw.
too.
But he gets. He gets 17 though.
All right. He doesn't get cursed. Boo.
Kind of disappointing.
Ooh.
Goes back with the claw. AC 14. Scratches off your armor.
Yep.
SDO 1. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Ah, 2 of the same number. AC 21.
Yeah, that'll connect
7 piercing.
for 7. Well, still up.
It's 21 again with the claw. They're all so good against the droids. The were droids.
No.
The droid wolves. 5 slashing.
5. Still up.
And then
Or STO1.
GH88 is probably also dodging.
Yes.
AC 12.
Nope.
And AC 7.
Yes.
All right. Arvine, SMR fighter.
I'll go over and wail on the one that's on Strax.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. Critical
Yes.
on a 19.
Rolling her criticals tonight.
Her rolling.
That's gonna be for 13.
13.
13 force damage.
You break that one's back with laser sword. Goes down.
Yeah.
Alright, turn and go after the one that's on SDO1.
Okay.
Alright. That's gonna hit for AC 14
That'll hit.
for 10 force damage.
10. That bloodies that one.
An offhand attack on that one.
Okay.
It's gonna hit for almost a critical, but AC 26,
That connects.
and that'll hit for 10 force damage again.
All right. Good round from the SMR fighter.
Yep.
Then Matisse, Diva Paladin.
Right. So I can go over to that one.
Yeah,
This
the one on
one
SDO1 is more hurt.
All right. I go to that one. This
More
one.
herderer.
More hurterer.
More herded.
More hearted. Let's see. That's going to be AC 11.
See, 11. Miss. Matisse is missing more often than the droids. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. And that one is not going to miss because that is going to be AC 24.
That definitely hits.
And
Nice.
that one's going to be for 15.
Yeah,
Ooh, good
Matisse. Whew.
Smash it in the neck. It reels a little bit. And then reorients itself, ready for another attack.
Ah, damn it.
Janie, Clash our Sorceress.
I'm going to move into position
Okay.
to burn an
Go for-
8. The
Okay.
2 wolves that are left.
All right, we'll say you can do that.
It's
there
not
feel-
gonna be as strong as it was, but
Sure,
you know.
sure.
So burning hands, level 2.
Saving throw. Saving throw.
Ooh. 17
Okay.
or 8 for those who made their dexterity saving throw.
Okay. They both get hit by the fire and they yelp. They're so sick and tired of getting hit by fire.
Feeling hot.
I didn't wild surge. I keep rolling a 12.
All right. That was Janie.
12 I rolled with that. dice
Strax,
tonight.
Hobgoblin Artificer, and
Shoot!
Droid Wolves.
Keep shooting!
Keep
Shoot the one on the doggy because nobody cares about the healer.
Pew, pew, pew,
Shoot
pew,
number one.
pew, 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 pew.
God.
GH88's more tanky.
I keep forgetting.
We can see the doggy's about to fall apart.
AC 20 for 9.
20 for 9.
Bleeding
Nine.
oil.
Shoot number 2. AC 9 for suck. Shoot number 3.
Miss.
AC 25 for 10.
Nice job, Strax.
For 10.
Did you wild surge? No.
That last bolt.
Nope.
The last
gotta-
bolt, John, hits it right in the eye and it falls down dead.
Yeah.
Finally.
Strax.
You just have the
One
one,
left of the
one on
four healer
GH88, which isn't even bloody.
Oh,
The droids are dodging.
sigh.
Droids are still dodging.
All right. This one werewolf goes after GH88. It's right in front of it. It's been trying to wail on it the whole time.
Okay, Kazakitten.
Critical!
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Whoops.
17 damage from a bite.
Oh,
Keep swearing, sorry.
that's not good.
Yikes.
Well, bloody but
Mario Wonka
still
uses
up.
G-Rated.
He's kind of all sparky though.
Your poor droids need repairs, man.
Do I need to bother with the con save?
No. No.
It's a Bugatti.
Bites on a GH88's arm and kind of crunches in the metal.
Dude.
Oh,
Then AC 11 for the claw.
do you know how hard parts are to get for him?
And then we go to Arvine or SMR fighter.
Okay, I'm gonna go whale on that one.
Our werewolf Asimar.
All right, AC 22 to hit
22 will hit.
for 11. force
11.
damage.
11 will bloody that one.
Okay, so then AC, let's see, 17 to hit for 8 damage.
Okay.
And
hit.
offhand AC, let's see here, 22 to hit again, this time for only 5 damage.
Okay. It's some damage.
And that's it for me.
All right. That was Arvine and then Matisse.
Right, so I go over there and try to seal the deal.
Go ahead, Greg.
Right, attack number 1. 20 for 11.
For 11.
11.
Attack number 2.
Okay. You hit the leg. Take some damage.
14.
14 hits.
And that's going to be for 8.
8. Still up.
Damn.
Brown, brown.
Still good hits there, though, Matisse.
Back up to Janie, Kalashtar Sorceress.
Die,
Kill
puppy,
these
die! 4 darts coming his way. If I can pick them up. Here we go.
Light him up.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
9 plus 4 is 13.
13. Bam, bam, bam. All these darts of force energy.
A wild surge.
It's reeling. It's still up. Strax, Hologram Artificer.
Shoot!
The
Fire
pew
number
pew
1!
machine. Pew pew.
I'm throwing dice all over the place. Screw that dice. Get the other one. I don't know. ATM the die for 9 damage. Shoot,
9
number 2.
damage.
Critical!
Critical.
Nice, Trax.
For 4, 5, 6. For 11 damage.
11 damage. So it opens its mouth to bite on GH88, and you shoot the bullet right into its mouth. And it comes out the back of its head, and it falls down.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
We still
Take
have
that, you weird wolf, dog, man thing, furry things. Well, no, they get off.
Wow. He must be really upset he's lost his tongue again.
Are they all
You know how long it's going to take me to
Normal
fix
issue.
these droids now? Oh, it's going to be all day at it.
Okay.
Does the disease go away if they're all dead?
No, it does not.
Damn it.
Actually, I have
Right.
I have the lycanthropy thing in front of me right now. I'm just kind of skimming it very quickly here.
I may have. They
So
are constructs. They are considered constructs. So if the curse doesn't affect constructs, then it won't do anything.
It well, I guess it says what creature types do I have listed?
They are constructs. They're just
Just construct. There's no other.
just construct.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, it won't work on them.
Okay.
Nowhere droids.
It says
I'm
it says a
almost
humanoid
disappointed.
creature. But I think that like a zombie is a humanoid creature. Oh, it's probably just undead. So it says a humanoid creature can be afflicted with the curse. So we have Arvine, our Asimar fighter, who is infected with lycanthropy.
I'm kind of disappointed because I think a werewolf construct steel defender would have been really awesome.
I would love it if,
As long as I could still control it.
I would love it if the Golem of Healing would erupt into a metal werewolf on the full moon.
Might actually be useful in the
funny.
fight then.
It would attack somebody and then GH would turn back into
A healer.
a healer
and heal
and
it.
be like,
Oh, shit.
It'd be like, oh my god, I gotta heal you. Sorry about that. That happens to me once a month.
It's my time of the month, man. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Bloody hell.
I wasn't going to make that joke.
I just did.
No.
The girls are allowed.
I just said bloody hell, but
So at the conclusion of the battle, You have barely enough time to catch your breath when another figure appears in the misty, glowing fog.
God.
The silhouette is a tall humanoid, slender in build. As the figure emerges, you see it stands over 6 feet tall and is wearing a long black hooded cloak that disguises its appearance. A much larger shadow appears in the mists behind the figure. You again hear the sound of wooden wheels as a small caravan of carts and wagons emerges from the fog. The figure slowly approaches your group and stops about 6 feet away. The caravan stops with it. The figure pulls back its hood to reveal a human male with long dark hair, pale skin, and sharp features. His face shows no emotion, and his jet black eyes feel as though they may pierce your very soul if you were to stare too long. His bearing is one of strength and power. He slowly looks at each of you, as if to ascertain your capabilities. His gaze then moves past you to the streets and buildings of Low City. He says, "Excuse me. Please, can you tell me, what is it, this place that I see at the edge of my domain?"
Your grave if you take another step closer. No, no, I'm not going to say that. I am not.
Does he have long flowing back hair?
No.
Bit of an in-joke from our Curse of Strahd game. I accidentally once tried to describe Strahd's hair, and I accidentally said long flowing back hair instead of black hair.
That was Kate when Kate decided to grammar check John's journal entries.
Yeah.
You're in the Low City on the Rock of Brawl. Who are you?
The Low City on the Rock of Brawl. I do not know this rock of Brawl.
And we do not know you.
He sort of takes another look around, looks up into the sky. He says, "There is no moon. How is this?"
Because this
you're
is
in
the
outer
rock.
space, weirdo.
What she said.
He gets a contemplative look on his face. Outer space. You mean I am somehow up in the sky?
Yeah.
He stops and thinks for a moment. Does that mean that there is no sun?
No,
No, I can't say that there is.
not one that you don't bring with you.
You see, he gets this little smile on his face.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say, I don't think we should tell him that.
Well, but do we know? I mean, does any of
No,
us
we
know enough to know that this is a vampire?
No,
Which
he
is,
he has no idea.
It's
It's some tall, pale dude in a cloak.
Yeah.
Nah.
And I would imagine we've never seen a sun being on the rock.
No, you've never seen that. There's no sun in the vicinity of the rock. Okay. So he says, no moon, no sun. Thank you for the information. I am in your debt. Stupid phone. Hold on. After so many centuries, it will be nice to find a new place to call home. He takes another long look at each of you, then heads into Low City with his caravan. It takes a few minutes for the entire procession to pass. As the last cart makes its way past you, the mists momentarily increase in height and in thickness, blocking all vision beyond 10 feet. After a few uncomfortable moments stuck in the glow of the dense fog, it begins to dissipate, slowly dissolving until it disappears completely. In the distance, you can see Prince Andrew's royal palace and the lush forest of the elves in Middle City. It appears the rock is once again whole. And that is the end of the adventure.
Interesting. So the rock has a new citizen. Very interesting.
The end of the adventure, or the
one who is in our debt?
Tonight's adventure.
No, I have to work on that.
He was very polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the listeners, I asked John to run Curse of Strahd for us because I love Ravenloft and I had never actually played in it. And so that was the campaign just before this one.
Right.
So you guys had to really try very hard not to metagame, and I appreciate that. So yeah, there's a new powerful resident on the rock who doesn't have to worry about the sunlight, which I looked that up in the book, and I'm like, sweet, he doesn't have to worry about that.
Yay.
No.
And who owes us a debt by his own words.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
that
unless-
very much, especially with her goddess. She would be like,
Matisse and Arvine will probably take issue. I think that, yeah.
Matisse and Arvine take issue with anything fun.
We have differing definitions of fun.
Well, hey, if he's got coin, there's some opportunity for profit there.
So you guys
Maybe
didn't
we
want
can
to
forge him a sun sword.
You guys should have bought a pastry. Nobody bought a pastry in the other when we ran Curse of Strahd, and nobody bought a pastry this time.
I almost did because Janie would have. I thought Janie might have been like,
probably
"Oh, yummy sweets."
Strax might have if it wasn't in the middle of the night and he was really cranky.
I don't think your reaction was perfectly in character. So.
Rex is
And I
always
think the rest
cranky.
of Matisse and I were just like, WTF?
It's like, what the hell is going
what
on
just
here?
happened?
What is this madness?
All right. Well, that was interesting. That was really cool. I was really excited when I thought of this idea. I was like, oh my god, I'm bringing Strahd to the rock.
Why not? It's your world. You can do it if you want to.
No.
Somebody and I can do that.
His world, he can do what he wants to.
Screw the Ravenloft rules. He's coming to the rock.
No, that's actually from 2nd edition Ravenloft. There are these things called conjunctions, and they temporarily, like parts of Ravenloft or some of the other domains of dread, will occasionally replace other places and other dimensions and other planes of existence.
Yeah.
And it's a temporary thing. It doesn't last, but it's actually a thing from 2nd edition Ravenloft. And a conjunction happened on the rock, and it mentions in the 2nd edition material that it's probably the only way that any ruler of one of those domains of dread could actually escape it, because it's part of they're connected to the land and they're part of the domain. The domains actually grow up around extremely evil individuals, and the conjunction is like the only thing that could possibly actually release them from that. And Strahd just got away from being imprisoned in Ravenloft.
Oh no, it's kind of John played with that a little bit in his extended campaign, but
Yeah.
that's
I tried.
this is a different flavor on it. I like it.
So let's say goodnight to the listeners.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring Podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.